Hi all, Johnny69 here, back today with the part 2 to the 2019 F1 season, with my first race for my new team McLaren being at Australia. As you can see on the screen, Jeff says that qualifying will be overcast but okay, but the race will have rain, which makes for a lot of fun. My contract says qualify 10th. Practice didn't go too bad. Managed to pass all the qualifying tasks so that I could gain extra resource points, which I've used some for upgrades that hopefully will make the car more competitive as the season goes on. So let's see how we can do in the qualifying.
We're just about ready to kick off today's qualifying here in Melbourne. It's the Australian Grand Prix. It always looked like the kind of track that asks an awful lot of the rear tyres, such as the frequency of low-speed exits.
Lots of low-speed exits means the rears are in for a lot of punishment. It's all too easy to spin them up coming out of a corner too aggressively. It might look great for us as spectators, as we love to see a car driven beyond its limits, but it's not going to result in a great long-run pace.
Okay, well, let's see how we can do with a new team for qualifying. Hoping to qualify in 10th. Let's see how we go. Let's see how we did. Oh, just qualified, luckily. Not the greatest of start. I'm a rival. Who's my teammate? So three tenths of a second in front. Miles. Okay, let's see if we can hook together actually a proper lap. I was really struggling. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck. Accelerate the time a bit. Wow. Actually really surprised. Qualified third. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm into the final qualifying shootout, which after the first one I didn't think I'd make it, so I'm actually really happy with that. If I could hook up another lap like that, I'd be really happy. Maybe could get 6 or something like that. Teammates in the top 10, so that's good for McLaren. Let's see what we can do. Oh well, here we go. Let's see what we can get. See if we can get 2 flying laps in. Just not a great qualifying session. Apart from that, session 2 just
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top 3. Vettel, Hamilton and Max Verstappen. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Disaster. Wasn't great at all.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
Okay, well, after a up and down qualifying session where session 1 was poor, session 2 brilliant, and session 3 total disaster. Qualified 10th, which I suppose is what my contract asked for, and now we've got a wet race, so here we go.
New drivers, new cars, it's a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that plays host to round 1 of a 21-race championship that takes us from here in Australia across the globe and the eventual season finale at the Yas Island circuit in Abu Dhabi. We're a stone's throw from the enormous Port Phillip Bay for today's race at the 3.3-mile Albert Park circuit. It's a bumpy racing surface here, and the 16 corners could prove especially difficult in the wet conditions. Watch out for a safety car at some point during the Grand Prix. Once again, Anthony Davidson joins me for the race today, and it's a race where anything can happen as the rain is falling, grip and visibility is lacking. Could be something of a lottery out there, Ant.
Well, that's right. There's always an added element of unpredictability when there's standing water on the circuit. But one thing that might help him with the grip is a new softer compound full wet and intermediate tyre that Pirelli have developed for certain circuits. We'll be seeing these new tyres for the first time today, yet another unknown on an already unpredictable day.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Bottas, Charles Leclerc and Albon, Norris, Hülkenberg, Butler and James, Perez, Weber, Daniel Ricciardo and Raikkonen, Gasly, Kvyat, Romain Grosjean and Antonio Giovinazzi. Kubica and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.
I think that was them trying to tell me that don't crash, which, knowing me, I probably will. Yeah, I think we can go all the way to the end on these wets, so let's just hope I can not lose a front wing, especially in the first lap.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
Red Bull pulling out all the stops today. What a great win. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team. So, let's review the drivers' standings. Max Verstappen now leads the Drivers' Championship. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Definitely Antonio Giovinazzi, isn't it? No matter what the rest of the field threw at him, he didn't put a foot wrong. Superb drive from him.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Red Bull take over as championship leaders. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
I think we'll go with the car was nimble and light. It was a breeze. Our aero package is like nothing else on the track. We'll go with that.
You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
I'm going to go with I couldn't do this without a great team behind me.
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
I'm going to go with I'm not sure what happened out there today, to be honest.
How do you feel the weather affected the outcome today?
I'll go with it changed strategies, but the top drivers still perform the best.
Great. Well, that's everything.
as it stands in a minute, still losing to my rival by 1 point, which isn't too bad, I suppose, after a nightmare start I had, but we're glad to get that race out of the way, that's for sure. Okay, let's have a look what the
Looks like one
messages
of your
say.
rivals is also going to an upcoming historical event. If you choose to take him on, it might help get your name out there a bit.
Ah, cool. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that there, and that's part 2 to this crazy, what looks to be a crazy looking season for McLaren. Hoping that I'll have a bit of a more positive Grand Prix, next Grand Prix, especially qualifying. It was a bit up and down, so thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hope to see you tomorrow. Okay, cheers, bye.